A night of partying turned deadly with multi-millionaire Cash App founder Bob Lee stabbed to death in the Rincon Hill section of the city by the bay.
There's a male screaming help, saying someone stabbed me. Advised he's bleeding out. He is outside on the street.
The tech genius was found lying in a pool of blood with a deep knife wound that pierced his heart and lung. Prosecutors will lay out their case that Nima Momeni planned the violent assault after a dispute with Lee over Momeni's adult sister, Kazar Momeni. They say Nima was upset that Kazar had partied hard with drugs and alcohol during a night out with Lee and his friends, and that Lee was trying to calm him down.
Her brother was upset about that and blamed Bob for that.
Surveillance photos from the night in question show Bob Lee and Nima Momeni together inside a hotel elevator. Later, the two eventually make their way toward a car. In footage first obtained by the Daily Mail, Lee can be seen looking for help outside an apartment building at 2:35 a.m. After he's been stabbed, Lee collapses to the ground and dies from the attack.
To maliciously stab them in a car and leave them on the road to die, that's horrifying.
But Momeni's attorneys say he acted in self-defense and will argue that Lee was high on drugs and attacked Momeni.
Joining me now to bring us up to speed is reporter Christian Captain from our affiliate Fox 2 in San Francisco. So what's happened so far in court?
For their part, prosecutors are saying that Nima Momeni flew into a rage when he found out that Bob Lee was among those who'd been partying with his sister, Kazar, and that got him into such a rage, thinking that Bob Lee was there when his sister was in this predicament where she was perhaps partying with a group of others. It's what fueled his anger and got him to kill Bob Lee. For their part, the defense attorneys are saying that this was a case of self-defense. Instead, they're arguing in their opening arguments that it was Bob Lee who took the knife from Kazar's home, and that Nima Momeni, who has extensive training in self-defense, was able to use those self-defense trainings to try to save his own life.
Is Mr. Momeni expected to take the stand?
That is one of the big outstanding questions, whether Nima Momeni will take the stand here. Now, the judge has said before that the burden of proof, of course, is on the prosecution here, that Mr. Momeni has no obligation to take the stand. But we are waiting to find out if, in fact, Nima Momeni will be taking the stand in his own defense.
So Momeni claims that this all stemmed from a fight over his sister. Is she expected to take the stand?
We do expect her to take the stand. She has received a summons to appear in court. As a matter of fact, she did appear in the court building briefly. She did not enter the courtroom. We are expecting her to testify about what happened in the events that led up to the death of Bob Lee and what she saw and how she understood what was going on around her. So we are expecting her to take the stand at some point in time, perhaps very soon.
Momeni's team says that Bob Lee was partying hard that night. How will that come into play?
The defense said that Bob Lee, in the 91 hours leading up to his death, had only had 6 hours of sleep. They say that lack of sleeplessness was fueled by cocaine use. We've also heard from some of the forensic investigators who went to Bob Lee's room that they did find numerous empty alcohol containers and a white substance on a coffee table that, to that first crime scene analyst, appeared to have been cocaine. So certainly Bob Lee's lifestyle is going to be a major part of this case going forward.
What can we expect in the coming days?
Well, in the coming days, we can expect to hear again from Kazar, Momeni's sister, in this case, and find out how she understood what was going on, and hear from her about her narrative about what was going on in the events that led up to the death of Bob Lee. We're also expecting evidence from other people who were at that party earlier that evening that could have been the precipitating event where we understand there was drug use and where Nima Momeni believed that his sister may have been influenced into some of what he considered inappropriate behavior. So we are expecting a lot of that evidence to be forthcoming in the days to come.
Thanks, Christian.